It's time for another Profreshional review where I give my take on Foamstars, a free-to-play game for those that had a PlayStation Plus subscription in February, and now you have to pay $30 for a foamy good time, so they claim at least. Let's talk about this game now. Foamstars is a game that pretends like it didn't take inspiration from Splatoon and inspiration from the Team Arena shooters like Overwatch and tried to mesh them in what ultimately turns out to be kind of this uncreative, uninspired, mediocre team shooter arena-based video game. As a matter of fact, if you want to know just how much they were uninspired in this game, they have Splatoon's tower control, which is basically the same thing that you see in Overwatch. And each character has their own unique set of guns and abilities, just like in Overwatch. And even the regular battle mode feels just like Splatoon and Overwatch if they had a baby. I mean, this is unfortunately what you will be doing for the majority of the game, which is a shame because if I'm being honest with you, I like the aesthetic of the foam. I like the way the foam itself handles, and they have an okay start in terms of gunplay and what you can do on each level. The problem is that it begins to feel very tedious, very fast, and it just doesn't do anything for you after about an hour of playing the game. And there is a campaign in Foamstars, so to speak. It's not really a real campaign, it's like a fake campaign. It's basically a glorified tutorial mode for you to be able to figure out what you can do with your characters, which sounds strangely familiar to Splatoon. As a matter of fact, again, the story of this game is very similar and almost identical in a lot of ways to the original Splatoon story from the Wii U. And that's where my issue is. It's just, why couldn't they be more creative and try to come up with their own plot and their own missions and their own stuff and not their missions mode? Their missions mode, like I said, is basically just a tutorial at the end of the day. And they strangely go out of the way to make sure that you know that you don't kill your opponents. You chill your opponents, and they will let you know that it's not killing, guys. It is chilling. And unfortunately in this game, the voice acting is horrendous. It's awful. It sounds terrible. It's just, every single character just makes me die a little bit on the inside because of how awful they sound. They're trying way too hard to sound cool and edgy and fresh and whatever stupid description you want to add there. It's just, it doesn't work. What's most unfortunate about this, though, is the fact that I can see the potential for a great game here. The gunplay at times can be a lot of fun, and naturally when you play in an online match, there are moments where you're just having a genuinely good time. Not to mention that the soundtrack is very enjoyable. I really enjoyed the tracks in the game, and graphically speaking, it does look rather nice. So there's definitely some positives here within the game. It's just so unfortunate that all of the modes just feel a little bit anemic at times, and it's just not as much fun as I would like it to be. And what makes this worse is the fact that it's a live service game, and I don't see this game making it through the end of 2024. It'll be a miracle if it lasts through 2025. And that's the problem with live service games, as you know for a fact that because it's a live service game, you can expect battle passes and DLC. And speaking of microtransactions, they don't have those in this game. They had macro transactions where they wanted a literal amount of $45 just to wear a cheerleader outfit. $45 for one cosmetic set. That is more than the actual game itself. And that is the moment I knew this game was going to die, because Square Enix just chose to try to bleed what little fans there were of this game and what little excitement there was to be had within it, completely bleed them of their money right from the get-go instead of try to engage and build their audience and listen to the feedback. They went for the kill shot with foam. They went for the chill shot with foam, and they missed horribly. So no, I don't recommend you try Foamstars simply because I do believe, since it is a live service game, that it is going to be dead by the time 2025 hits. It doesn't have enough going for it. It doesn't have enough modes or excitement or engagement, which is a shame because, like I said, it does have some things that are going for it. Graphically, it looks okay, and the foam aesthetic is actually a lot of fun, and it's really cool. And even some moments with the gunplay can be really fun, and the special abilities are decent enough. The problem is that it draws so much inspiration from Overwatch and Splatoon that it doesn't have its own identity. There is nothing in here that you haven't seen before from all the other Team Arena shooters, or Splatoon for that matter. And when you're trying to bleed your customers dry by offering this egregious amount of DLC and microtransactions and battle passes and all that other crap, you're just gonna lose what little fans you had of this game very quickly. So it's unfortunate that Foamstars is kind of already dead on arrival, but that's just how I feel about it. We'll see if it can find its legs, or rather its foam, this summer or something, but until then, man, it's a tough one for me to recommend, and I can't. This concludes my Profreshional review of Foamstars. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. Sorry I've had to change course completely. I'm recording everything on my PlayStation 5 using the Share Factory, so that's fun, and it's very limited in what I can do, but I'll do the best I can to keep you guys entertained. I am Bradley Overrated, out like a trout. Stay fresh, my friends, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.